Has the Trump pump just started? Bitcoin is turning green, but is it a little bit too early? Are we in danger here? So guys, we're looking at some of these alts. We nailed some banging entries yesterday. I'm going to show you how to trade this current pump in the market and how to deal with it if Trump actually does come out on top. The market starts pumping. Then we're going to cover some 𝗗𝗓𝗡 things as well. If we get some dumpings, we got lots to talk about here today. We're updating all those setups from yesterday and more. Let's get right into it. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. And I specifically asked Ray to give me the rainbow, and he's taken the rainbow away. So because of that, I need to say one thing.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
No, man, you're going to get us liquidated. Please.
Bro,
Please.
Guys, isn't this nice? Isn't this nice? Bright green banter bubbles. I mean, those entries that we got yesterday were absolute perfection, and they've tied in so nicely to what we're seeing here at the moment. So green all round. There's no sort of extra special performers. Well, there might be, but from what I'm looking at here, looks pretty decent. We had a beautiful move out of Phantom. I think we did about 15% or something on Phantom. We're talking about that one. And I might get rinsed now on Phantom as well because I remained long.
How about that
and
render banger?
Short. I'll help you, sir. Can I help
Give
you,
us
sir?
a great render banger. That render entrance.
Render, Ondo, GRT. It was a banger. Okay, it was a banger. Let's talk Trump pump. Okay, here we go. Here's BTC on the 4 hour at the moment. This is what we are faced with. So we've just had an initial pump about an hour or so ago. We rejected off anchored VWAP and 50 MA on the 4 hour. This was a monster rejection area there, and we had a very hard BTC rejection, but it looks like they want some more juice. So right now, we can see BTC pushing on nicely. And if you are sitting in a BTC long, depends on your time frame. If you're sitting in a BTC long like this, okay, then you chilled. Okay, there's no urgency here. If you're sitting in a scalp BTC long, then you're looking at a couple of TP zones, a couple of rejection zones that could play out for you here. And right now for me, this current move, I'm watching this wick here that was printed on the 1st of November. Remember this wick? When they sent us up, they gave us a hard rejection. Looks like easy liquidity to the upside here. That is also tied in with a 618 fib. So for me, looking for a potential reaction in this region over here. So let's call it 71K to 70,400. Now that's quite a broad area here, but I want to watch during the show if we get a pump into that zone, possible short coming there for us, and we're going to give it a go on Prime XBT. So I'm locked and loaded on Prime XBT. I was actually looking for a little bullish pullback there just now to try and snag something, but Ray's going to keep us posted. So watching the 71K to 70,400 region, let's see what type of reaction we get in the zone now. That would be a beautiful little wick fill for us, and then maybe a little bit more downside. Now, key support that you want to be watching today, 69,400. This is going to definitely play a part in my view if things remain, relatively bullish here. Then to the downside, 68,500. That is also a big one. And that's pretty much, I think for now, all we need to do to pay attention to. Look, things could get proper spicy later. I mean, they could really get spicy later. Now, the market appears to be pricing in some kind of Trump situation here. So if we do get an aggressive pump later, I am actually expecting a rejection at decent zones on these altcoins. But for me, it will be a bullish rejection. So we're not looking at like sending things back to zero. Now, if we are pricing in a Trump victory and 𝗗𝗓𝗡 comes out of nowhere and suddenly there's a tight race and she's declared the winner or something, then I'm expecting a major dump. And then I'm going to cover you guys on some altcoin levels that you need to pay attention to. So right now, if you didn't grab those banging zones yesterday, it's almost a scenario now where you're trying to find scalps on the 15 minutes to the upside. I'm going to give you a few TP zones that you can look at. But other than that, we're waiting. We're waiting for a big pump into a big rejection zone, or we're waiting for a dump into major support. And that is where we can start really starting to activate. So Mia says she missed the pump. Mia, don't stress, okay? There's going to be short opportunities brewing here. And worst case, any rejections, they're going to offer up some kind of new trades for us at some point. So just be patient. And remember, it's a little bit crazy to be savagely trading now. It's proper gambling, and I got a couple of things that might tie in with this. So Jesse Cohen says the Wall Street fear and greed is back into fear territory. Now, isn't this unreal? I mean, the S&P is pumping. The S&P is nearly at all-time highs, but everybody is in major fear. So the only negative thing I can see on the S&P at the moment is the possible head and shoulders forming here when we get this little gap fill. So that could be something to watch. Maybe we fill that right shoulder, then there's a Kamala victory, and the market suddenly gets a little bit nervous, and they start sending this S&P a little bit lower. So that is on the table for me. Let's see what happens when we fill this gap. If we do blow the 5,800 region, then maybe we're turning it nice and bullish again, and we're going to hit that 6,000 target there that we've been watching. Now, this is my price prediction for election day as well. Ray, is this your price prediction for election day? I mean, this is how I'm feeling at the moment. I mean, this is literally, the uncertainty is uncertain. Okay, the level of uncertainty at the moment. So if you guys are unsure what's happening, don't worry. Nobody fucking knows at the moment what is going to happen. Imagine there's some kind of court case. Imagine Trump comes out and declares himself the winner before the results are in. Then the market pumps. Then there's drama again. Then the market dumps again. So just brace yourself for all sorts of drama here. And this is great. Crypto guy's entire net worth in this man's hands. I mean, are you guys feeling this? I'm totally feeling that situation at the moment. And then, there's lots of games going on at the moment. So again, this is not a political channel. This is a bag pumping channel. And the man on the right's potentially going to pump our bags a bit more. But just interesting, Mario Norfolk telling us that Trump is getting really negative coverage on CBS, ABC, NBC. They're giving 78% positive coverage to Kamala, while Trump's only receiving 15% positive coverage. And this is his worst hit rate ever. If you look at the stats and the Republican Party, it's just actually got worse and worse and worse. Oh, I see 2020 was even worse, 8%. So not looking good from a media coverage perspective. And if you guys, I'm sure you Americans are all over this. You're watching all your channels, so you don't really need an update from me. But Mario's got some updates going on, and he's saying Trump leads. Swing states will still decide the election. So lots of drama still coming. And does anybody, this was Poly Market. Some guys pulled in a $10 million bet on Donald Trump winning the election. So he's really putting his balls down there. And then does anybody remember Mt. Gox? Nobody seems to care anymore. I see Ray's got his bull hat.
the Red Bull hat. The Red Bull hat.
Mt. Gox is still in the news. They moved 32,000 BTC to 3 new wallets. Nobody seems to care. It's like everybody just cares about the election. So we seem to be a bit numb to Mt. Gox. And let's take a look at our liquidity zones here. Let's just get an updated level just to confirm where we are. Okay, so nice little rejection there on BTC, but we're pretty clean at the moment. So that is interesting. That's also telling me that people aren't really getting too aggressive at the moment because of the level of uncertainty out there. So look, high conviction stuff. We're cooking the ZoomX situation. We're going. My ETH trade, it's a problem, okay? Because I'm going to show you this ETH chart. I still think ETH, we're going to hell, bro. I still think ETH is coming to 2,200. So I'm going to take you guys through that. And then, Ray, keep me posted here. Prime XBT, if we get that pump, I'm looking for a short in that zone. Okay, so Ray's going to keep us posted there. Let's just cover BTC on the 3-day as well. And no real changes at the moment, other than we could be in our downtrend that we have discussed previously. We could just be looking at something along these lines until everything settles down. So right now we're sitting above our easy algo monthly pivot. We're sitting above our easy algo weekly pivot. That's a good start. Okay, if we can start closing above these levels, that's great. Okay, that can turn bullish again, and then anything can happen when we start breaking all-time highs. You know the drill. But right now, we need to print new highs if we want to be super bullish. So looking for something along these lines, some kind of downtrend to play out on BTC, and obviously all eyes on dominance. Now I've zoomed into the weekly for you guys, and this thing is now turning green. So yesterday we had signs of red, but now this dominance is really starting to look a little bit aggressive here for us. And remember, this is a major region where we want some kind of rejection on dominance. If we start popping through here, there's a little bit of pain, I would think, for these altcoins, especially for a flat or falling over BTC. So this is definitely a key one that we want to keep our eyes on. Now, wondering why things are so quiet out there? Look at Google Trends. from 2012 to 2024. The key word is altcoin over here. And these altcoins are taking a little bit of pain. Look at this chart. I mean, this looks like the Litecoin chart. It looks like, it looks like a typical altcoin chart at the moment. And the interest in, or the searching for altcoin seems to be going down. And then this post is also very interesting. Bitcoin is near all-time high. Retail interest is near bear market lows. I mean, this is what is going on here, unfortunately, at the moment. So when Bitcoin really wakes up, when we break all-time highs, I suspect everybody gets interested again, and then the action starts. So if you're wondering why these altcoins are in Goblin Town, it's basically this. There's no new money coming in. We need that new money to come in. And this is our others chart. Now, others is the crypto market excluding the top 10. No Bitcoin, no ETH, no Sol, no USDT, whatever else in the top 10. What is it? XRP and some of the other shit coins as well. So it's the last, the top crypto market cap excluding the top 10. Okay, so it's all the altcoins out there. And this is what we've been watching now. The weekly, it looks like it's under pressure now. We've lost this rising trend, and this is what we weren't looking forward to. This is what this was going to send us down to straight to Goblin Town, right? Straight to hell. And it's not a good start at the moment, guys. So my eyes are on this thing daily. We're obviously watching this. We know these alts have been in pain. And this is also a sign, maybe if you are trading leverage and things like that, short-term moves here, looking for profits at some good regions. So we're going to go through a ton of altcoins now, and we're going to cover loads of these levels. My body dances during these shows. Why? Do you like the music, Trobius? Do you like the beats? We can supply you beats all day long. I see Bruce is here as well. What's he saying? We can't control the market. We can control the likes. I concur. Bruce, I absolutely concur. And Mike says, retail are broke as hell. Well, think about it like this. If you were fresh retail, and you came into crypto when it was pumping, February, March, okay? Then you heard at the dinner table, so-and-so's talking about these types of altcoins. Then you bring in some more retail friends at the end of March. What happened at the end of March? Epic meltdown, epic dumpage. Then you got dumped on June, July, August, September, October. No wonder retail is feeling pain, and no wonder they're not rushing back at the moment. These market makers are just causing too many problems here and just dumping it on everybody. Let's see. JD Bruce says he's pumping to the beats. And what else we got? We got Trobius says he can't control the dancing. he's like Elaine from Seinfeld. And Enough and I says they're going to come back. Mark, I hope these guys are going to come back. Okay, let's get into these altcoins now. Very important stuff going on here. ETH still bearish. Now, in spite of this tiny little pump we've had, and it's amazing how easy it is to get a little bit excited here, ETH is looking bearish. So for me, ETH really needs to break this 2,500 level. It needs to break it well if we're going to turn bullish again. So until then, I'm bearish on ETH. I'm looking for 2,200 on ETH. Yes, I'm stuck in this position now. Okay, we 4,700 down. Okay, I've committed to this position now. I'm in it. And I'm going to buy ETH at 2,200 again if they are going to send us there. So right now, it does look bearish. But for me, 2,200 is my zone. No changes for ETH. So we're going to just ride this thing down if it wants to come down. If it starts popping 2.5, turning bullish again, yes, I'm going to add to that position. We can get new aggressive again. And then we can treat that like a new trade and really start pushing that one. So no changes for ETH for me at the moment. And then Sol, same story. Okay, we've had a nice strong bounce on Solana after the dump on our 50-day moving average. Remember, this is something you always want to watch. This 50-day MA has been creeping higher and higher and higher. So we've been talking about the 150 level for quite a while, but as the price stays above it, the 50-day starts pushing higher. So that has acted now as a support for us. But for me, the big zone that I like for Sol, 151, 152, anywhere in this region for me, I still want to see tested. This could easily just be a situation like this where we do have some kind of temporary downtrend on Solana. I mean, heaven forbid we go down there, back to my entry. I mean, that is going to be pretty annoying. But Sol traders on this time frame, 152 is still on the table for me. Don't want to change that view. And especially with the amount of volatility and drama that could be coming now in the next 24 hours. So just play it safe. I see Gabriel says that FTM yesterday recovered his bag. Guys, I got an absolute banger on Phantom yesterday as well. I really hope lots of you guys took some of those positions. Here is the situation. So you can see I'm short Phantom now. Okay, so I've used the same system as last time with that rune trade. Let's see if we can have a little bit more success. So I got Phantom absolute bottom. Look at that, 0.53. I had that limit order on Phantom. That was the exact level I gave you guys yesterday. If you were watching the show, we covered Render, Ondo, GRT, Injective, I think it was Say, it was Phantom, it was everything, okay? And Phantom, I had that 0.53 limit order waiting there for me. Look at that little banger, absolute banger there at the bottom. Now, I'm going to show you why I shorted Phantom. Now, instead of taking profit, I said to myself, okay, the entry was so good here. It's really going to take some bear vibes to send this thing lower. So I thought, let me, instead of TP here, let me grab a short on Phantom. Now, this is not for everybody, okay, this plan, because it can obviously work against you. And that is now what I've gone for to keep this Phantom long alive for now. So if we get some kind of bullish pullback here, that's an opportunity. Close the Phantom short and then add to that Phantom long and see if we can get something going. So that is running at the moment. Then you can see whiff. I gave a whiff long in Sniper Club earlier today in our ZoomX trading competition channel. And hopefully some of you guys grabbed that one. And then Doge, very disappointing Doge from last night. I got stopped out on Doge and I ended up chasing a little bit today. So I'm going to talk about these trades as well. And let's start with Doge. And, I'm bullish on Doge because of this Elon situation. There's obviously something going on, the Department of Government Efficiency and all these things. And you can see Doge added 2.5 billion in market cap in one day. So there's interest in Doge again. And I think for me, the risk reward of trying to snag a Doge long here is far exceeding, the dangers of trying to grab a scalp on this thing. So at the moment, it looks like for me on Doge, there's a 16% straight move coming here on Doge for us. If you can try and hold some kind of entry, there's a 16-17% to the next zone. So that is what I've been trying to snag. And this is what I was trying to give you guys yesterday. Now, I had this long in Bitfunded yesterday, and hopefully some of you didn't get stopped out on this exact area here. You can see they wick through the stop zone. And this is, again, is a lesson. If you are not at your PC or you're not available to trade, yes, have a hard stop. Last night I went to sleep. I had a hard stop. I didn't have a choice. So I had a stop loss in that zone. They came and wicked me out and then sent it up. But this is, again, emphasis on what I always talk about, waiting for the candles to close, because sometimes they come down, there's a stop hunt, and then they send it straight back up. So if you are able to watch your trade, sometimes it makes sense to try and watch for a candle close, even if it's on a 15-minute time frame or a 1-hour time frame. If you have the balls, okay, to watch it drifting down your stop zone, sometimes it works in your favor, and this is no different. Okay, you can see what we got here. Basically, our inverse head and shoulders on Doge. Now this thing is grinding higher. So that Doge position that you can see, I'm in there.
Also, it's not financial advice; it's strategy advice.
Strategy advice. Thank you, sir. Strategy advice. Look at this. The Doge average entry now. So I ended up chasing 0.17146. So that is what I'm looking at now on Doge, 17146. So the safest place for me would be to exit under that candle wick there. So 0.16789. That's probably my safest zone there, or least risky zone to try and exit. Now, again, if I'm going to sleep later, I'm going to have a hard stop in that zone. If I'm awake, I'd like to watch it and see how we go, because what you're going to do once it eventually rejects is you're going to pull your fibs from your highs, from your lows to your highs, and you're going to start identifying your key regions. Okay, so right now I've identified that strong candle wick that you can see at that 16789, but then we do have some other regions here for you guys, 1659 and 15686. These could be support zones for you as well if you are trying to catch a Doge move into this next region. Now that is 17%. That can be pretty lucrative on a leverage position. So that is why I'm pretty interested in that. And I think with a Trump victory, or some kind of Trump pump, I think this thing goes pretty much in a straight line into that type of region. Then you're going to get some kind of short opportunity, I would expect, at this 205 type level there. So Doge, super interested in this. If we start getting momentum, I'm going to add to that position and see if we can start grinding something out. So if you are interested in Doge, stop options one more time, 16789, alternatively under 1659, alternatively under 15686. Those are your best or your safest options that I can give you. Remember, Sniper Club guys, all these charts go straight into Sniper Club directly after the show, so you'll have them there for reference. Just make sure you watch the show for context so you understand what I'm talking about. Don't just look at a chart. Make sure you know what I'm telling you guys. Let's see. Andre's talking 𝗬𝗧. I do have 𝗬𝗧 ready for you guys today. And let's see what else we got. Granddad Dylan. Hello there. Now I'm the granddad. They used to call me uncle. Now I'm the granddad. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Brett. What's up, Brett? I don't have Brett today. 𝗟𝗦𝗑 I've got for you. Little update on 𝗟𝗦𝗑. And yeah, that rune was absolutely messy, but I see it's made a big recovery here at the moment. So that is looking better. And yeah, 𝗨𝗟𝗏𝗏, I've got 𝗟𝗦𝗑. It's coming for you guys. And look, I mean, Carlos says, say looks good. Guys, a lot looks good now. We've hit some massive areas here. We had great entries yesterday. I really hope some of you guys got some of those zones yesterday. We worked hard for those entries. And the indicators were telling us that we were going to get some kind of move on them, and it has played out beautifully. So, okay, Doge, we've covered. Let's talk WIFage. And WIF, again, yeah, okay, what did WIF hit? We gave 3 levels on WIF out of interest, and I wasn't that happy because the levels were very close to one another. They were 2, 1.9, and 1.8. So same story with WIF. These levels are still in play for us. So level 2, still in zone. 1.9, still in zone. But we've had now a monster pump from WIF off that 1.9 region. So hopefully some of you guys got that. Now, this is the trade that I'm talking about. And I think there's a little scalp move here on WIF. Now, look, there's a danger zone coming on WIF at 2.24. So I just want to bring this to your attention. Let's just take off some of the mess here on these charts. If you are trading WIF at the moment, I just want to show you there's a danger zone here. So you just need to be careful, and let's just clean this thing up. So you can see what we have in front of us. We've got our 200-day moving average. We've got our 50-day moving average. We've got our fib as well, and we've got our anchored VWAP. So we know this 2.23 to 2.29 region is a danger zone for WIF. So for me, what I'm looking at here is a short-term trade into that region. I'm expecting a rejection over there. So if you're sitting in WIF, okay, there's no new trade now on WIF. That trade was earlier today. If you're sitting in WIF, that is the target. That is where I'm exiting this position. There's big resistance here ahead of us. And if you want to, if we get a nice pump, that could be a nice short opportunity as well for you guys. So just to explain the trade that I was looking at earlier and why this went into Sniper Club, we could see WIF was teeing up in quite a bullish fashion here, and it was pushing into our anchored VWAP that was here. It was pushing into our horizontals, and the plan here was waiting for a pop of this anchored VWAP. Then we got that pop, and then obviously everything happens now after that. And then you can treat those horizontals and your anchored VWAP as your support once it starts cooking. So for me, short-term trade with 2.23 to 2.29 is what we're looking at. That's pretty much the upside, and that is pretty much a short zone. Now, if you go back into the daily time frame, you can see why this is a zone of interest here. And if we zoom out, look, massive pump today, and Trump hasn't even won yet. So, you know, what if there's a delay? What if there's some kind of problem later on? Then we can see this is a hot zone for us. This is where we need to exercise a little bit of caution there. So just look out in that region. You can see it makes sense why it's a danger zone. Now, remember, when these alts start breaking these types of levels, that's great. We can treat them as support later on. So what I want to say to everybody here again is try not to FOMO in. If you are FOMOing in on green candles, remember your risk is generally the loss of that full 1 hour candle or the full 4 hour candle that you could be watching. So if you are happy with that type of risk in your life, you know, then go for it if you believe the market can go higher. But for me personally, if you haven't got entries already, it's tricky now. Okay, you're looking at resistance zones up ahead. You're looking at big support lower down. It's almost a situation now. Let the election play out a little bit. Let's understand where we are. If we get super bullish moves before the election ends, then I have no doubt that we're going to get some kind of pullback. Ray, I don't know. Do you concur with concurrence? I mean, do we dump? What do we do if it's pumping already?
I think we dump it.
Ray's feeling dumpage. Yeah. Let's see what the poll is. I'm running a poll at the moment for you guys. And we said red or blue. So 64% are red, 20% are blue, and 16% say their portfolio is red regardless, guys. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. Okay, now I'm doing a giveaway for you guys. Let's talk FTM first. So this one's important. Okay, you can see my FTM situation here. And I mean, this FTM, guys, really, let me know in the chats who got FTM. Let me know who got Ondo, who got Render, who got these others. I like the feedback here. I want to make sure you guys got some of these entries here. James says lots of reports of voting fuckery going on. Yes, it's inevitable. They're obviously going to do that. There's going to be games all day with this. Michelle got Render, beautiful. That's an absolute banger. Roberto got Ondo. That is good news, bro. Well done. Tarugato got Phantom. Adam got Phantom. I mean, this Phantom was such a dream, wasn't it? Okay, so let's just talk Phantom. What happened? Dipped into our zone. We were patient. Had that limit order waiting 0.53. Look at the absolute perfection here. On trend, on horizontal. I mean, absolute banger. The way that thing hit that trend. So the reason this is a TP zone on Phantom is you can see the 200-day MA, the 382 macro pull, and the horizontal. So that is why I'm a little bit cautious up here with Phantom. This was major support for us previously, and now it could be major resistance. So that's all I want to say. Exercise caution here. If you got a guard mode entry on Phantom, leave it. Okay, that's cool. Maybe take something off, or alternatively, you can try what I'm doing here. There's a short available now. That is why I've shorted it in the zone. If it starts pumping a little bit more, where's your next area? So for me, the next area to the upside on Phantom is 669. That is what you're going to be watching, 669. So if it blows through this 59 region, which you can see is resistance here, 669 is your next big target. Let's just see the size of this move. Let's just try and understand. It's another 12%. I mean, that's pretty substantial. And guys, that is a short zone as well. If we go straight there, that's a short zone. So remember this, if we pump straight there in the next, say, 6 hours, 12 hours, for me, that's a major danger area. 669, watch out there, short zone there for me on Phantom. So any pushes up there, hard pushes, looking for that rejection there. Okay, so just play it safe. That is most likely where I will try another short on Phantom. It just looks pretty dangerous up there. Okay, so I want to do a giveaway. Ray, are you ready for a giveaway? Ray's going to put the email address. The email address is giveaways@cryptobanter.com. Okay, and we've got them to put it in the show description for you guys. Now, the giveaway is, okay, I want to hand out 5 Bitfunded entry accounts. It's 5 to $79 Bitfunded accounts for you guys. And Bitfunded, just a reminder, Bitfunded is that prop trading account where you pay $79, $100 or more, and you get different size demo accounts. You make 8%, you make 5%, then you get their money. Okay, and you trade with their money, and if you keep 80 to 90% of the profits. Now, it's $79 for an entry-level account. It's a $5,000 account. So what I want to say here for you guys is we've done a partnership with Ledger at Banter, and whoever buys, the first 5, okay, not whoever, the first 5 that buys the Ledger Flex, okay, you can see there's the Ledger Flex. There's a link in the description for you guys on the show. The first 5 that buy a Ledger Flex and email giveaways@cryptobanter.com, I'm going to send you a Bitfunded entry trading account. That's for $79. We're going to send you guys that one, and you can get started on Bitfunded. So sign up there. There's a link in the description. Just go under the show description. Now, you're going to have to, I haven't refreshed this one, but it's going to be here. So just go under the show document, go to details there. There it is. Okay, Ray's got it there for you guys. And everything is here.
Like the $50?
Say that again. No, there's no Bitcoin in this one. That's why I'm giving them Bitfunded challenge, $79 challenge. Guys, all the exchanges that I use, ZoomX, WeX, Prime, everything that I talk about, all the indicators, MDX, Easy Algo, it's all here in the show description for you. Often you guys are asking, what indicator is this? Where's that? Where's that? It's all under the show doc for you guys. And take a look. My entire shopping list is there. Okay, let's talk AVAX. Ooh, this is a little pumper. Look at this AVAX here. Looking good. Okay, so AVAX banging entry here at 22.5. Rocket ship off the 618. Now, AVAX breaking some horizontals. I want to give you guys a danger zone again. Here's a big one, 25.2. Exercise extreme caution, 25.2. That is a big danger zone for me on AVAX. If we do keep pushing, that is your hot zone, 25.2. Danger up there. Then I've got a short region that could be of massive interest here, and that would probably tie in with a phantom pump as well. And let's just highlight that 618 on its own. We're going to look for something like this. So if we do get a hard AVAX push here, looking for that rejection. For me, that is going to be a big short zone, 26.99, 27 for me on Phantom. So any Trump pumps now leading into this election result, 27 danger zone for me on AVAX, possible short area. I've got anchored VWAP up here. I've got 50-day MA. I've got 618. I've got horizontals. There's a lot going on there. And then main support after this pump, 22.5, that is your big one. And then 20.2, that is your big one. Now, remember, if we get a massive sell-off, let's say something happens with Kamala here, 20 is going to come into play on AVAX or 22.5. Both of these are massive zones that you're going to be watching. So make sure you are playing your big zone safely, guys, and understand, remember, when we're getting a pump or we're getting a dump, it's the exact same principle. Zoom out to understand where you are and make rational decisions when it comes to taking profits, make rational decisions where entering trades, shorting, longing, all these things. Preferably do it off major hot zones. That is where you're going to get your best bang for buck on these trades. So watch these zones for me. Phantom 27, danger zone. Next danger zone is 25. Watch that. And then support 22.5, 20. Those are your hot zones. Those are your election hot zones. Okay, let's talk PopCat. That thing is finally starting to recover for me. I'm not yet on the top 10, but I think I'm about 13th now or 14th. So I'm creeping my way up in the ZoomX comp. And yesterday I told you guys, ZoomX were kind enough to give us more time to enter. So now we've got 99 participants here. They're literally throwing money at you guys. $18,700 they are giving to the top 10 finishers in the ZoomX competition. They're literally throwing money here, guys. ZoomX, there's a link in the description. This competition is a private competition for my audience only. Okay, it's a Lord of Entry competition. I'm only trading PopCat for this one, but you can trade whatever you want in there. You need $150. There's no KYC, and get stuck in. Once your trading volume gets up to $40,000, then you are eligible to win or be a part of the prizes here in the top 10. So C-Bros, he's 200% up. He's about to win $6,800. Number 2, Pussy coming in hot. He's going to win $3,650. Ray, where are you? Ray's 9. Ray's coming 9. Kingpin. So Ray's up for $500. Guys, I want you guys to win this money. Okay, so sign up in the link below under the show description. Join this competition. Take part. You got to make 200% to beat this guy. You get $6,000. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, let's talk poppies. And right now, poppies, it's still looking a little bit bearish for me. You can see we've lost this trend, the daily trend. And this was my plan yesterday, where it looks like we're going to get some kind of rejection and then inevitably end up at the 1 level. So I'm obviously a little bit concerned about this because PopCat has now been pushing for me on the daily, and it's pushing for me on the 4 hour, and I'm almost at break even now on that ZoomX comp. So things are getting very interesting, but I do have a short zone for you on PopCat, and I'm going to be taking the short on PopCat, not in my ZoomX account because I'm fucking balls deep long there. So I'm going to take profit in that ZoomX account, but I'm looking for a short here on PopCat. Why? Anchored VWAP at the highs, 382 horizontal trend. So for me, PopCat, potential short here, anything from 1.43 to about 1.45. I'm looking for that little push into this region here. I'm going to try that short, see where we go. Okay, if things turns bearish, PopCat's going to 1. I think it's written in the stars there. So potential short coming for me on PopCat. In fact, I'm going to set my alarm here. And remember, Sniper Club, these charts are all going to be put into the Sniper Club after the show. And guys, obviously, practice risk management. This is a super volatile token. Okay, so you can see the stop allowance here is about 3.6%. Just watch your position sizing. Just be careful how you play it. Remember, when it starts reversing, you can always add to that short position. But that for me, looking for a hard rejection somewhere in that region. If that zone fails and we get stopped out in that zone, the next big one for me has got to be the 618 play. So it's 1.58. That type of region there. We'll have to see how we go because we've also got this dangerous wick that we might want to visit at 1.66. So a little bit unclear to the upside there once we blow that trend. But right now for me, this region looking interesting, possible short there on poppies. And look, it would make sense after quite a big pump. I mean, how big was this move here? Yeah, it would make sense. 22% pump, maybe some kind of pullback there. Then anything happens when those election results start coming in. Ray, you going to short poppies with me, bro? Is that a yes? Does he concur? What are you trading right now in the ZoomX comp? What are you in? Are you in a trade?
On the ZoomX, I actually caught that Bitcoin. I closed it a little early. And I'm short Troy on a different account.
Okay. Well, okay. So ZoomX, you out of your trade now. Okay. So we're gonna wait and. So guys, I'm coming. I'm telling you, if Poppies hits 150, I'm back in the game. I'm probably back in top 5 if Poppies hits this 150. So let it do what it needs to do. Let's see how that goes. Okay, then I've got Chainlink, and this guy, this is old, but he says Link is this close to breaking out. I love this shit. So here's Link. We haven't spoken about this in a long time. And how's this pumper, Link? I just want to show you guys again the simplicity of these fibs. Look at this, a typical 786 fib pull on Link. Look at that, bang into the 786, absolute perfection on the button there. Look at that, on the button. And now Link is absolutely melting faces here. So what I can say here, best case, if you're in a Link position, especially a leverage trade position, danger incoming on Link, 11 to 11.15, danger zone for me. Okay, this is not a time to be jumping on to green candles. It's dangerous. Okay, so danger zone here, 11 for me, up to about 11.4 for Link. So look out for a pump into this type of region there, then maybe some kind of sell-off. And who knows, if the market stays bullish, yes, then we get a bullish pullback. But right now, you can see Link is absolutely cooking. So just be a little bit careful in the zone. By the time it gets there, it's a 10, 11% pump. Again, you don't have to short it. Okay, you don't have to short this thing, but just take profit in that zone. If you're in these longs, understand where your big zones are. Take profit, raise stops, be safe. Okay, how many times have we had a round trip in the last 6 months? Okay, remember, why would this be no different here? So just play it safe here, guys. So Link 11 to 11.4. Okay, big danger zone there for Link. I would watch out there, possible shortcoming on that one. And then Peppy, absolute face melter at the moment. We still didn't hit my entry zone. The 7543, one of the few that actually didn't hit our banging zone. So a little bit disappointed by that. And for me, the next play then on Peppy, if we carry on grinding higher, big danger zone, big TP zone coming for everybody trading Peppy at the moment. 980, big danger zone there for us. 980. Watch out there for Peppy. That is going to be your pump take profit. That is going to be your pump short opportunity, I would expect, on Peppy. And then to the downside, any bad news we're getting, 7543. To the downside, any major news, bad news, 63 is what we're getting. So those are the downside levels. And guys, are you guys all going to watch this election all day and basically eat popcorn? What is going on here? And Mark's looking for some Trump action here. And tell me the sentiment here, the Americans, please. Let me know. What is the plan? I see Rob says he's planning an all-nighter here. Is he? It's going to be, look, guys, it's going to be exciting. Just don't burn yourselves out. That's all I can say. Okay, Tawo, what an absolute banger, Raymond. Look at this thing. And this was a typical move here. Anchored VWAP, 100-day MA, 0.5 fib, horizontals, all in play here for us. And Tower is now cracking on. So big resistance band coming up. So danger zone again, TP zone, everybody. 490. This is your big danger area. Be careful up here. If you've managed to grab one of these trades, super pumpage, that's great. Be careful. 480 to 490. When we break higher, yes, there's going to be support at some point, and then we can start taking these moves further up. But if you've been a beneficiary of this type of pump today, my only advice in these uncertain conditions, okay, you've already 13% up here. Just play it safe, okay? Bank something there, take some profits, or tighten up your stops, or open a short in that region just to balance or hedge yourself. And I can't stress this enough. We've seen it so many times. Pumps, rejections. Yes, this time could be different, but what if it isn't? Okay, so bank something there, guys. Hold something for yourselves and take something out. And same with GRT. I mean, this is just beautiful. The way the GRT pumped off this fibbage here, 786. Fib again, nice reaction on GRT. And I just want to give you guys your danger zone. So danger zone number one here on this pump, 0.1478. That is danger zone number one. And then I've got a big short area here, potentially could be playing out for us at 16 on GRT. So look out, depends on the size of this pump. But 16 is a banger zone. It's 50-day MA. It's VWAPs as well. And then anything from 1475, that type of region, up to this trend could be quite interesting for us over there. So just look out, GRT traders, anybody who grabbed those entries yesterday, don't get too greedy. Remember, a nice little system that you can play. Keep a few open, close some of them in full, keep a few open as a moon play. If they start ripping, you add to them, you grow that size, you really start pushing. Don't leave all of them open, okay? We don't want to round trip all of these trades. So make sure you close some of them along the way. So GRT, absolute banger there. Render, not as fun. Michelle, I'm sorry about this render. It's not pumping as hard as some of the others, unfortunately. And right now, let's see what type of move we got. Let's just check the size of this thing here.
Isn't that a 10% move? I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but we like big ones, bro. That's 7.8%. Okay, so Michelle, my apologies. Okay, my apologies. I wanted to give Michelle a banger, and it wasn't big enough. So, okay, render's moving. All I can say here, guys, I think there's more in the tank for render, and we looked at this in detail using MDX Algo yesterday. We were saying there could be some kind of long-term or bigger picture move coming up on render. Michelle, I just want to give you the big danger zone here. For me, major trouble here. 5.2 up to about 5.5. Michelle, that is your danger zone that you're going to be watching on render. So any hard pumps into that zone, most likely a potential short area there for render traders. So enjoy the move up, tighten up your stops. Let's see if this thing can climb a little bit higher. But that 5.5 region looks like trouble for me on render. So just be safe to the upside. And then remember, the same levels apply. Any major dumps now after these elections, any major wicks, render you are watching 3.3. That type of area there, major zone there. And Kamala win will spark. What was that comment there, Ray? Kamala win will spark bull market. Economist says Kamala is going to be better for the economy. Yes, the Trump trade idea is actually a market crash. Market does not like uncertainty. Trump deporting millions. Look, there's something to be said. And I think we touched on this yesterday. Kamala, she's going to print money, okay? Regardless of who the president is, they're going to print money. So we know that the things are going to move. But short term, yes, maybe there's going to be a crypto crash short term. It might be very short-lived and bought up very quickly. It could be bought up in a couple of days. So, yeah, just might look a little bit different. But I do believe, macro picture, these things go up regardless. Okay, let's talk 𝗟𝗡𝗑 and finally turning green. So anyone who grabs some 𝗟𝗡𝗑 there with me, we are finally turning green. Okay, so this thing's looking okay. I mean, it's come from the depths of hell. And Sean says XRP blows, bro. Sean, we know that's why it's become a meme on the show, bro. XRP absolutely blows. Okay, so 𝗟𝗡𝗑 traders. No changes here. This trade is still on. Your supports that you can use if you're trading 𝗟𝗡𝗑. The big one you can use here, guys, is 12.395, and your big support is 10.9. So that is dump support that you're going to be watching. Any major market meltdown, those are the zones you're looking for buys on 𝗟𝗡𝗑. And then upside levels for you, 16.4, and then you're looking at 21. Also danger zone. So any pumps, 16.4, danger zone for me, and then 21.1, danger zone for me. Both of these are danger areas. And Amin says Kamala win won't be good for your mental health. I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm not too entrenched in the American society, but all I do know is this.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
4 years of that. I don't know. I mean, it could be fun. I mean, it would make great show content, I think, for the rest of the way. Okay, then let's talk Ondo. Look, not an absolute banger, but I mean, it's a banger nonetheless. So whoever got some Ondo, and you can see why we are rejecting now at this horizontal band, the 0.64 region. Obviously, it's a danger zone for us, so just exercising a little bit of caution here. The nice part about Ondo is if it does get a bit of momentum, you do have a little bit more to go. You've got about another 12% to go for Ondo. But by the time we get there, I would say, guys, just be careful on Ondo. By the time you hit that zone, that's a danger area for me. So if it doesn't reject here, I would expect the market to start getting tired. By the time we get to that type of level, people are going to start taking profits and things like that. So just look out there on Ondo. So 0.706 to about 0.72, that type of level, danger zone for me. Current level, danger zone at 64. So well done, guys, really. And this is just, again, the what you get from watching this show. Now, sometimes you watch the show and we don't have entries ready, like today. For example, the things are moving and it's tricky, but you did the work. You watched me talk about these levels for 2 or 3 shows in a row. So if you've now got these entries, you've been rewarded. We've covered all of these shows, and now let them play out. You now have TP zones from me. You have major support zones from me. Let these things play out now. Take your profits in those areas. If you didn't get any trades, well, there's short zones coming for you. If you're feeling a little bit of FOMO. It's the middle of the American elections. Okay, don't feel FOMO. We don't know what is going to happen. Nobody knows what is happening here. So sitting on your hands on some cash could be a very smart move here. So let the market settle. Let it do what it needs to do. I'm back every single day, okay, except Saturdays. I take Saturdays off. But I'm back tomorrow. We'll cover this all again. We'll make sure you guys have entries and we understand where the market is going or could be going. Okay, so I got you guys sorted out. Sniper Club is where you can find me as well. Guys, catch you later.
No liquidations today. We've held